This movie was bad for my mental health.
It was so bad for mine too.
I just kept writing yikes on bikes.
I mean, I wish I could show you all of my notes because so much of it is ACK, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, and then OMG, and I can't believe they just did blah, 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 blah.
Your back.
Okay, welcome to Cinematics Problematics, where we celebrate your guilty pleasures.
I am Erin Maxwell.
And I am Chrissy Reddig, and today we'll be talking about the 1980 film The Blue Lagoon, which tells the story of two small children, Emmeline and Richard, who get shipwrecked on a desert island with an alcoholic yet incredibly handy cook named Paddy. Spoiler alert, Paddy dies after drinking an entire barrel of rum, leaving these two completely clueless children alone with nobody to tell them that getting it on with your first cousin is kind of gross. But that didn't stop this film from totally going there. As the kids grow up, they figure things out about their bodies and learn the hard way, pun intended, how babies are made. All of this happens while they spill out some of the most frustratingly dumb dialogue of any movie I have ever seen. End description. Erin.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
I mean, that's basically all you need to know.
Yes. This movie is part of a whole rash of late 70s, early 80s teensploitation movies that came out during that time. That included Over the Edge in 1979, The Last American Virgin in 1982, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Porky's, and unfortunately for Brooke Shields, which she later very much regretted, she became the face of this movement due to her previous work in Pretty Baby, which she played a 12-year-old prostitute. This movie's a lot. This movie's a lot.
No, look, Erin and I have watched a lot of disturbing movies as part of this podcast.
Listen, I live and breathe disturbing movies in my spare time. I love it. Like every time I see a favorite horror film list, whenever like Jaws is at the top of it, I just think that those people are amateurs. I watch things like Serbian film. I watch things like Cannibal Holocaust. These are my comfort films.
She watches them as she goes to sleep.
I do. I watch them while I vacuum the house. Mm-hmm. I put on Midsummer because it makes me feel happy.
It is in the daytime.
It is. It's bright.
Very well lit.
It's sunny.
Yep.
I had to stop this movie several times and go outside and touch grass.
Yeah, you need to be reminded that there are good things in the world because nobody who made Pretty Baby went to jail for anything, which I guess just kind of gave them carte blanche to kind of make this movie. Because why not? Why not exploit more children, especially if it's Brooke Shields?
This opened up a whole box of disturbing information for me. The first one being is that this is part of the Blue Lagoon universe. This is the third time this movie was made. The first time this movie was made was in 1923, and that movie is lost. I mean, that's just great for society, really.
Oh,
that's
my God.
Best.
No, I'm so glad it's not here.
Yeah. The second time was like in the 40s, and this is the third time. There's also a sequel. And then there is a third one that came out where if you look at the box cover, I thought it was animation because it's so badly photoshopped.
No, but he's got that kind of like Justin Bieber, like early aughts bang swoop thing happening.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like there's just nothing good to be gleaned from any of these films at all. And I mean, here's the thing. Like when I first watched this film, I must have been 7 or 8. Okay. And I remember watching it several times. And I think part of it was that I was like, first of all, Brooke Shields is just like this ethereal beauty,
yes.
Right? And so like I think like every girl everywhere was like, I wish I was Brooke Shields because she's like one of the most stunning things I've ever seen. And then Richard Atkins obviously is, you know, he's himself. He's Richard Atkins and he's blonde and strapping and he's good looking and it's like, and he's got those dreamy blue eyes or whatever the fuck. But I remember watching it many times, but I repressed so much of it. I didn't remember so much of this film that while I was watching it, I was like, I didn't stop it, Erin, but you were smart. You stopped at certain points. I just kept watching and typing out, oh my God, I cannot believe that's just happened. It was pretty freaking bad.
I mean, it's based on a book series that came out in like the early 1900s. And I mean, nothing about this movie made me want to read the books. Usually I'm like, hey, smut, let's go read some smut. And I'm like, no, absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
No. It was so bad.
And I don't know why. We were talking about this earlier, but it's like, listen, we're from the VC Andrews generation.
Oh, yeah.
And somehow we're all on board with that. We're like, yeah, whatever. Brother and sister in an attic. Cool.
Yeah.
But this was wrong.
This was so wrong. I think it's because, okay, so the film versions of Flower in the Attic, though, it's like they don't go here.
No.
Like, they don't go here. Like, I mean, this film shows things in an erotic way that does not seem innocent at all, to the point where I was deeply disturbed. And we've watched some fucked up movies as part of this podcast. We watched Soul Man, for fuck's sake, and I was way more disturbed by this one. But do we want to get it? Do we want to get into all the things that are wrong with it?
Yes.
Like, should we go into do you want to start with your first crime?
The first crime is, I mean, God.
There's so many. I mean, well, there's a few crimes, but they're huge. They're huge, and there's so many instances of it. It's like several counts of the same crime.
I need to be clear that we are fully aware that a body double was used.
Yes.
Okay, so it's understandable that this is not Brooke Shields' body. That there's no part of her that was actually shown, that her hair was meticulously glued to her breasts, and that even though she was actually 14, that she did use an adult body double. But it is very much implied that this is her body.
Yes.
So we are meant to believe that this is a 14-year-old girl's body, and that implication is wrong.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, if you didn't know any better, and you don't really need to know any better. I mean, I'm glad that they didn't break any actual laws, I don't think, like, you know, by using a 30-something-year-old body double. But at the same time, that's not what the movie was really about. And like the way that they, like, the character's 14, and the way that she was shot, and the way that they're shot, like, under the water, and the playfulness and stuff, it's just like, and don't even get me started about the children. Like the 7 and 8 year old. Like, I did not remember that part at all. Okay. Do you want me to explain what happened, or do you want to explain what happened?
I mean, I can explain. It's like basically in the very early parts of the movie when they first arrive there, like when Emmeline and Richard first arrive, they are prim and proper Victorian children, and they have their hats and they have their bonnets and they have their music boxes. Yeah,
they know that they're supposed to wear clothes.
Yeah, they know they're fully aware, but they very quickly adapt to island life almost immediately. So they're stuck on the island with Paddy buttons, and
okay, and that name, by the way, in the context of this movie is all sorts of wrong as well. But keep going.
I mean, like, their last name is Lestrange, so we can only imply that this is like an early prequel to the Harry Potter series.
It's the most fucked up prequel to Harry Potter I've ever even thought of. But keep going.
Fair. Fair. So they immediately start running around naked. And I want to say, like, they spend a good majority of the movie naked. Once they start ripping off their clothes, they're just naked throughout the film.
They're just naked all the time.
And I get that they're young, and I get it's European sensibilities, and you can run around naked for, you know, the entirety of your childhood.
Yeah, and you know what? I tried to give, like, the benefit of the doubt a little bit, especially like in the first part with the kids, because they're supposed to be like 7 or 8 years old. Yeah, and there are full shots. I like the girl, like, just not wearing anything. Like, she is just full on. You can see everything with her swimming through the water and everything, and the boy. And I started to think, like, at what age? I was just like, wait, am I being unfair right now? Am I being unfair? Like, at what age is this no longer cool? Like, is it 5? Is it 4? I don't know. I'm not a parent, but it seemed wrong. Like, it struck me in my gut as gross that they were showing it.
My parents were super hippie parents, and they were like super about us not wearing clothes whenever we went to public places, like that had pools and stuff. Like, not like, you know, like
the mall,
or, you know, like
thank you for
weddings,
clarifying.
But you know, like beaches and pools and places where we would go swimming, and they were totally fine with us going in. But there was a point where that stopped,
right?
And I want to say that age was like 4,
right? Yes. Okay. Thank you for clarifying that, because I thought that watching like 7-year-old children naked in the ocean well lit as they were, like it was just not like it gave me major ick very early on in the film, and I was just like, wow, if we're already here, I just like I remember like kind of like where it goes from like very generally, but that I did not remember, and I was just fully grossed out.
It's the same response I see when I see a woman breastfeeding a child that I know that child is too old.
Yeah, like a 5-year-old.
Someone that can ask for steak.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, listen, if your child can go ask for a Whopper, then perhaps that child doesn't need the boob anymore.
Right.
And like when they do it in public and then they try to shame you, it's like, no, it's completely natural. I'm like, your 13-year-old child on your breast is not natural.
That's
and
right.
You all need to get off public transportation now.
Yeah. It's like, throw him out the moon, Mom. Okay, so I guess like the first major crime we have, what are we calling it? Are we just calling it child exploitation? Like, what is it?
Yeah.
There's just so many counts. Do you want to count all the counts?
I'm just calling it child exploitation and explicit material.
Explicit material. Yes. Okay. That's fair.
Even the stuff that isn't explicit because it's not understanding that it's a body double and all that, or whatever the situation is, it's implied. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to liken it to this. This is how I think of it. I have a friend that's vegan, and she wears fake leather coats, and she wears fake leather shoes. And her thing is like, well, it's not real, it's fake leather. And I'm like, yeah, but you're propagating a style that tells people that don't know you that you wear leather. So to them, you're wearing leather. So they think you look cool. So they're going to go out and buy leather things because they don't know it's fake leather. Mm-hmm. We don't know that this is, people who don't know the backstory of this movie are going to think that this is real.
Right.
Not people who know better, but people that are small or child watching it on HBO at a young age.
Right. Yeah.
And it's kind of like that.
Yeah. And it's because Brooke Shields was such a stunning human. Like, she was just like a beautiful child.
And no doubt.
Like one of the most beautiful children you've ever seen.
But people in general. She just graced this earth, and she's amazing.
No. And even like as an adult, she's like, oh my gosh, she's like life goals. Like, she's so well adjusted considering the bullshit that she had to put up with during this period of her life.
Yeah.
But it was almost like as if like her beauty, it made men feel like they had permission to exploit her, to kind of like capitalize on that beauty. It's just like, how can you not show this? How can you not show this beautiful person like everywhere that you can? But it became like this gross, overly sexualized thing. And it's like, of course she's doing that Calvin Klein or the Jordache ad or whatever it was. It's like, they put her right there. Of course, that was like the next natural step. It's fucked. But I mean, they kind of created this persona for her that it was like totally okay to take this child and use her as an object of like sexual fantasy, which is just disgusting.
And also, so we can talk about it just a smidge more, it was not okay when this movie came out. Like, there was a lot of controversy surrounding this movie when this movie was made, when this movie was released. And then eventually the filmmakers and everybody releasing this movie and the studio all had to appear in front of Congress, including Brooke Shields.
Yeah, and she had to like explain that like there was a body double. Like, they had to kind of make sure that she was...
they asked her questions about the nude scenes, and her answers were along the lines of, well, the nude scenes were fine because I wasn't in them.
Well, yeah, I mean, thank God that this was during a time when we had a Congress that actually acted on important things.
Yeah.
But like, just the fact, I mean, somebody greenlit this shit.
And also, like, Christopher Atkins did all of his own nude scenes.
No, and full frontal.
Yeah. All the time, like just hanging.
Just hanging out.
Yeah, just hanging out, just cool with it. He was totally fine with it. Good for him.
Yeah. And whenever the kids like decided actually to wear clothes, I was just like, why can't you just do this all the time? What's making you like run around naked some of the time and then like wearing clothes the other part of the time? Like, just cover yourself up.
I mean, to be fair, the only other clothes they had were like appeared to be wedding clothes, like Victorian wedding clothes.
That's fine. You know what? They built themselves a fucking condo. Okay. Like, they can put together some clothes.
Impressed with their building skills by the end of that. They really honed that in. That was so good.
They were basically staying at a suite at the White Lotus.
I mean, it was so like that is some resort style, resort quality, Airbnb that shit.
Oh.
That was so good.
Oh, and the cooking skills. Can we talk about Richard's cooking skills for a second?
Oh my God.
He's like a Michelin star chef, this dude.
They really they needed to go. Like, I have no idea what these two little idiots are going to do when they get back to civilization, but they should just immediately go back and open up a resort.
They should open up a resort, and they should, I mean, if it was like taking place like a little bit later, I would say like they should have like their own reality show about like luxury survival or something where they're naked all the time because they're gorgeous, and then like they're just like showing people how to like make grass skirts and how to like, you know, hunt fish and like make seasonings out of like coconut shell hairs or some shit. I don't know. Like, but that's what they should be doing. And that's how they should be making money once they get back to the mainland. But I don't think that they had cameras like that back in the, what was it, 1800s?
Yeah. It was hard to nail down the time period exactly.
Yeah.
I couldn't quite figure it out.
Okay. So should we talk a little bit? Okay. We can talk briefly about this, and we can bring it back to Flowers in the Attic too, if you want to. But the incest. It's incest.
Yeah, it's incest. It's straight up incest. They're cousins.
They're cousins. I mean, I guess you're the only two people on an island. Where else are you going to put it, I guess? But, I mean, it's still a little bit. Like, did they have to be cousins? Did it have to be? What are you trying to tell me by making them cousins?
It could have just been a boy, the cabin boy. It could have been just another kid on the boat.
It could have been Paddy's little boy's son. One of his many sons from all the different women that he's had children with across the world. Did you catch that quote, by the way?
Yes.
Oh my God, so gross. He's like, black ones, little savages, little slant-eyed little savages. That's what he was saying. You know, it's like he could have been a little stowaway from the cook. And then she was like, oh, that would have even been better. We're rewriting it as we speak.
Or it could have been, she just landed by herself and fell in love with a little cannibal boy.
You do watch a lot of horror movies.
I'm sure that they're lovely people. We don't get to know them very well.
No, like they're there for us to be scared of them, which is fine. They're on the other side of the island. Yeah, we barely ever get to see them. The only
other people in this film are, we have Paddy, we have the cannibals that live on the other side of the island, and then we have William Daniels that plays Arthur Lestrange. That if you don't remember him, he's Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Wait, that's the dad, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's in it for like probably 5.5 minutes. It's not important. But
he finds them.
He does, which is great, right? I'm very happy.
But he's also an idiot because, like, when he's looking for
them
years later,
no, don't even get me started. Do not even get me started. That was like the dumbest shit. Okay, explain to our audience what happens.
Years later, he's like looking for them. So he's looking for a teenage boy and a teenage girl, Caucasian on a remote island.
One's blonde, one's brunette.
Yeah, well, he knows his son is blonde, the girl, you know, but he has an idea of what he's looking for. And he sees a random Caucasian couple with a baby, and he goes, oh, that's not them.
That can't be them.
That can't be them. Why? Because they're covered in mud and they appear to be happy.
Did the baby throw them off or something? He's like, nah, they're not gonna do that shit. They know that they're cousins.
Because they're like, I guess he just figured that they'd be so anxious to get off the island. But it's like, it's been years. They've adjusted. Did you see their amazing house?
Their house is incredible. I mean, I wouldn't want to leave that house either. It's like,
that house was amazing. They have great meals there every day.
They fish. They have great meals. They have fruit. They have protection from the sun, from extreme sun. They have protection from rain, heavy rain. We saw that. I mean, they have it made. Like, their place, I would live in that friggin' place.
I don't know if you ever saw the movie Top Secret.
Of course.
Okay, but like they do great parody in that movie where it's like they build themselves like a two-car garage.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, they have and they have transportation because they ride dolphins. I mean, why would you leave that place? I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. But yeah, Dad is an idiot for being like, kind of looks like you just don't go and ask.
It's got to be another group of Caucasians we're going to find on the next island.
On the next like random island that we're like, no. But I mean, it goes without saying, like, you don't just park and just ask, saying, hey, were you shipwrecked here? I don't know, 8 years ago or so.
Yeah, investigate the situation. Just
say like, do you need any help? Do you have any food?
It seems a little odd that you might be here.
Yeah, where'd you
Young
come from?
teenage Caucasian couple with a
Yeah.
child.
You don't look like what I would call natives.
Yes. Perhaps you need some assist.
Some expats, perhaps. But that's about it. Okay, so we covered incest. We covered a great deal of child exploitation and, terrible sexual innuendo.
Ugh.
Like there was like one, I'm going to spear you. I was like, oh, God. There were so many little jokes like that it was just painful to hear.
Also, like the writing about their sexual awakening itself, like when she's like, oh, I'm just looking at your muscles. And I'm like, is that how that would go?
I don't know. Does she even know about muscles at 7? Like, because they're kind of stunted, right? Like they're stunted at like 7 or 8.
Right.
And they don't really have books. They have that one book that they keep on looking at with the pictures of like nude people or like that has like the women in it. Remember?
Yeah, it's
that whole
that
thing?
little like, yeah.
I don't
It's
know
a
what you
little
call it.
viewfinder that they
Yeah,
have. Like
yeah.
the old timey viewfinder.
Old timey viewfinder with nudie pics.
Yeah.
That was like their only source of entertainment their entire time on this island. And she's like, I'm just looking at your muscles.
And it's like, I feel like this was very much written by a man because like no teenage girl has ever like been really into like muscles. Like that isn't something that like teenage girls are super into. Like maybe bodies, I guess, a little bit, but mostly it's like faces and personality and like charm and, it's kind of like that and proximity.
Yeah. And
So-
yeah, I mean, I think that there's like some that like the jock because of like the alphaness, but
Yeah.
but like the physique, I don't know. The dialogue was it's like, I get it. They're stupid. I get it. They have no education, but it was just so hard to listen to them
Richard's
talk.
sexual awakening seemed more correct, I guess.
Well, yeah, because he was trying to hide jacking off into the ocean when he got caught that one time.
yeah, but he was also like fumbly and he was like nervous and he was like trying things that didn't work. And when she rejected him, he got like super pissy about it.
Yeah.
And he threw a tantrum. Like,
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah,
I was
and
just
I'm
like,
like-
that pissed me off so much. I
But
was like, leave
that-
that girl alone.
yeah, but that made a little bit more sense because I'm like, yeah, he's stunted. Like he's like a child.
It was definitely accurate. 'Cause
Yeah.
He's like, we haven't done it since yesterday, Em. It's like, oh my fucking God, dude.
Yeah, leave
Chill
the poor
out.
girl.
Go
leave
off into the
poor girl alone.
forest.
She's been through a fucking lot.
Go off into the forest and jerk off into a coconut. Like, just
Yeah.
do it. We all know you know how to crack one. It's great.
Or build another house.
Build
You're
another
really
house.
good
Just
at
work
that.
it out somehow. Just work it
Yeah.
out. Just like leave her alone. And I mean, the whole like she gets her period thing, and he's like, "Show me where you're bleeding from," and she's like, "I don't want to," and he's like, "Got him." And it's like these two are okay. Can I just say it? They're fucking annoying.
They're idiots.
They're so dumb.
just little idiots.
They're just
and
so dumb.
I get that they had no one to educate them and they were just kind of left on their own, but I thought they'd be more like feral.
Yeah.
Like if they're feral, they'd be really interesting.
yeah, at least I would explain it, but they're like whiny teens. It's like, where did you learn this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like they were kind of like modern whiny teens with the education of like a first grader. And that made the dialogue extra painful.
Yes.
It was just so bad. And it was like these funny feelings and it was just, I don't know. It was just so bad. It was just so bad. It was very cringe. What other, do we have any other, I mean, okay. We have a lengthy child exploitation.
I mean,
Many instances.
from the moment they arrived on the island and they started taking off their own clothes until the credits started running, or perhaps they got into the boat, is the sin of this movie.
No, the entire movie is the sin.
Yeah, that is. I can give it that much credit where it's all like the boat part where they're fine,
Yeah.
and then maybe when they were in the boat.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're just watching stupid, pretty people walk around for an hour and a half and have incest sex with each other and just ask each other stupid questions. Like, it's so bad. And I'm trying to find it. Okay. I'm doing an exercise right now. I'm trying to find anything redeeming about it.
Okay,
It's beautifully lit.
I have some redeeming things for it. Here we go. Ready?
All right, go for it.
At least 30, a strong 30% of this movie is a beautifully shot documentary about Fiji.
It's a tourism video.
It is. It is. Like some of those shots, the underwater shots, the nature shots, the animal shots, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. No fault. No notes on those shots.
Right.
Just stunning. We have Leo McKern as Paddy Button doing his best Donald Pleasance imitation. That was fine. He's only in it for a short moment, so that's fine. More positive. In the second book and the sequel, the two little idiots die immediately in the boat.
Thank God.
And
I was like, please
leaving
eat
their
these.
son Paddy, who is also renamed Richard, because it's the only word he can say. So they think that's his own name. So
How does he know how to say Richard? Wouldn't he be saying dad?
No, because he's saying Richard in the movie. It's the only word he knows how to say.
Oh, I don't remember that part. Okay.
Your brain blocked it out to protect itself.
My brain blocked out a lot of things with this movie to
Yeah.
protect itself. Oh, one thing that we forgot, he hit her at one point.
Yes,
I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
I did not remember that at all.
Yeah.
What a dick. It's like, they took out those berries. I was like, please die. Just please just eat these fucking berries and die.
You sleep forever. Just go to
like,
sleep and never
bake
wake
to
up.
death in the sun and then just like dehydrate and die.
What are they going to do when they find them? Like, what could they possibly do? How do they explain this situation? Like, hey, I found my son and my niece, and
They kind of did it.
how do you explain it? Like, this is my new niece. Like,
This
who
is
do you explain?
No, I mean, do we just say like, you're not my niece, like you're just some random chick who, like, I don't know, like do they just like make a story up?
You can
I mean,
never reintroduce them into normal society again.
You know what you do? Here's what happens. They go back to normal society. Like the newspapers pick it up because there were newspapers back then, right? They
Right.
snap a photo of them, and then what they do is they put them in like a museum, like a really fancy museum, and they just had them sit in fancy chairs all day.
Yeah,
And, like,
P.T.
with
Barnum took him. That's
Yeah.
probably what happened.
And
They
it's
just
like,
have
and they just get like observed by people, and it's just like, and maybe they have like a little stage or something like at the Met, and they're just like showing people how to like make little rafts and stuff, and it's like, ooh, look at these two like tribal white kids like in their natural habitat making shelter.
Yeah.
I'd pay to see that.
Yeah, they probably did like a speaking tour or something. Oh no, they don't want them to
No,
speak. That would be
we
a
don't want them to
terrible
talk
idea.
ever.
No.
We don't want them to talk
bad
ever.
idea.
So bad. I think like the takeaway with this movie too is that like if you just want to see a terrible movie, get the strongest edible you possibly can. Sit down, get a glass of wine while you're at it, and then watch and just marvel at how terrible a movie can be. But how beautiful Brooke Shields. I mean, she is beautiful. They're two beautiful leads. Leads. But that's about where it stops.
Here's my biggest thing with this movie. I don't know who this was made for.
Horny men.
But really specific group, subset of horny men that you don't want to hang out with. Ones you don't want to talk about with this after this movie. You don't want to go to their house. You don't want to hang out with them.
No.
You don't want to introduce them to your family. Nothing. No.
No, but that was the thing. It was like that was the thing about like this time period is that it was giving men in the public who would just go see this movie permission to ogle a 14-year-old girl. That's what it was. You know, it was like it had like maybe a very specific type of horny guy would talk freely about it, but it did kind of make it okay to take this beautiful girl, this beautiful innocent girl, and sexualize her for the masses and to sell tickets. That's what it was.
So here's what makes me a little curious, because I'm going to now admit something that I'm very deeply ashamed about.
Okay.
I watched a little bit of that third movie.
Fuck off. This podcast is done. I need to find
Because
a
I
new
like to do my
co-host.
research. And I watched all of the second movie, but I watched that years ago.
I mean, this is the same person who watched all the Revenge of the Nerds movies, so I can't say I'm surprised.
So the third movie is very much packaged like a teenage girl's fantasy. It's from her point of view, and it's the guy I have a crush on is now stuck on an island with me, and this is a girl's fantasy of what can I do now. We're gonna have to work together, and through this, the concept of working together and fighting for our survival, we're going to fall in love. And it's done, and it's not explicit in any way. It's not gross in any way. Everybody keeps their jeans on because it's in the modern era. and they just kind of fall in love. I would say it's more Skinamax-y,
Okay.
but more G-rated. Like it's definitely more PG-13.
They
or
kind
R.
of learned their lesson a little bit, is what you're saying.
I'm saying that it's just
A little bit.
yeah.
It's not nearly as offensive in an exploitative kind of way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would almost go as far as to say like this was a different movie that they slapped on a Blue Lagoon title onto.
Okay.
But it was fairly same concept.
No, well, I'll just straight up say it. Like, while I was watching this, I was just like, this is almost like child porn, almost. Like, I mean, it's like soft child porn.
So I'm kind of curious if at any point the filmmakers thought that maybe this would appeal to teenage girls in the same way, because Atkins he's very cute. I doubt that they thought that.
Wow, you're going there. You're giving like the same benefit of the doubt that I gave to Soul Man.
I'm trying,
You're
man.
trying so hard.
I'm trying to find the redeeming factors in this movie.
You know,
because it is a cultural touch. Like we all know about this movie.
We all know about it, yeah.
And everybody makes reference to it. We all know it, and it's out there as a pop culture reference.
For sure. And like I said, like when we like at the beginning of this conversation, I said that I watched it over and over again because it was more about her. I think I was like more kind of just like, wow, she's like one of the most beautiful people I think I've ever seen, right? And it's like, you know, a young, awkward looking little girl, you're just like, oh, you know, it's like, I think that you want to be her. You want to look like her. Like you want to, you know, you want to have that sort of presence or whatever. And it completely goes over your head that this was totally wrong at the time because your attention is somewhere else. Your attention is more kind of just like, I want to be like her, not like, oh, wow, there's a 14-year-old and an 18-year-old having sex and having babies on an island and they're naked like the entire time. Oh, and they showed some 7-year-olds naked too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that just like doesn't, it
but
didn't
they never
compute
showed her
that way.
pregnant.
You know what? Even when she was in labor, she didn't have a bump. Did you notice that?
Yeah, like they never showed her pregnant. And I guess that would have ruined her image. But I don't know why they never showed her pregnant. They just didn't. They kept telling us that
They
she was
thought that was a
pregnant.
bridge too far, huh?
Yeah, like they're like, no, we can't go there.
God forbid.
We can show her someone else's entire nude body and say that that's a 14-year-old Brooke Shields, but we can't show a 14.
That was very odd. That was very odd, especially like during the labor scene because they didn't give any indication of like a baby bump or anything or. Like, I think that at one point they showed her rubbing. It was like she was barely pregnant, though.
They said feel the baby, but literally her stomach was concave. Like it was like feel my hard ass. Is the baby struggling for survival?
Oh my god! Yeah, that I remember. That was not. Ugh. Okay.
I mean, this movie.
I feel like we've covered it. Do we need to go straight to Chuck or Cherish?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, there's nothing else to say, is there?
This movie was bad for my mental health.
It was so bad for mine too.
I just kept writing yikes on bikes.
I mean, I wish I could show you all of my notes because so much of it is exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, and then OMG, and I can't believe they just did blah, 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 blah. Like it was an assault on my morality. It was like being waterboarded by child exploitation and terrible dialogue. It was that bad.
This was not okay to watch.
No, it's not okay. Like I never want to see this movie ever again. I can barely find any redeeming qualities to it whatsoever except for the lighting.
I was explaining this movie yesterday at a party, and surprisingly, no one had seen it recently. Not even surprisingly, but people had never seen it, but knew of it.
Right.
Everybody knew of the movie.
Right.
So I was like talking to like 8 people. Everybody in that party of different various ages all knew of the movie. 3 or 4 people saw it, but didn't remember it at all.
Because they repressed it like I did.
And I said, it's awful. It's absolutely awful. And I gave all the reasons that we gave, but I gave them in like less than 5 minutes and used the term yikes on bikes.
Yeah. You can continue to use that term.
Yeah. And it was just, and I kept explaining, I'm like, well, do you think that maybe you're just overreacting? And I go, it's not an overreaction. I'm like, and then I'm like, you know me, man. I'm like, I watch a lot of weird stuff. And I'm like, this wasn't weird. This was like a combination of a terrible script and bad writing. And I think just bad intentions.
Bad intentions for sure. And you can tell in the way that it was shot. You can tell that it is like an obsession with her beauty. And she's a child. And it's like, everybody knew her as kind of like one of like the most beautiful beings on the face of the planet, but it's like, let her wear clothes. Just let her wear clothes.
There's been many attempts to make the movie Lolita. And Lolita is based on what I consider one of the most remarkable books ever written. Mm-hmm. And it is, because that book does something to your psyche where it tricks you, because it forces you to sympathize with a man that is absolutely horrendous on every level.
Yeah.
But somehow he becomes the hero of the story because he is telling the story. So it shows you how you can be manipulated.
Yeah.
So it is, I think that it is a remarkable book in that sense. And just for other reasons, I also think I just think it's a remarkable piece of literature. But the making of those movies also have been tried, and whether or not you think those are failures, I never once looked at those movies and thought that there was ill intent behind them. I thought that there was always the intent to tell a very weird and unusual story about a horrible person.
Do you think that there is a way to tell this story today that would not be nearly as, like, take the same premise, like 2 kids, 7 or 8 years old, shipwrecked on an island with a drunk cook, and like watching them come of age on the island, and have all of these things occur, like them having sex, having babies? Like, do you think that there is a way to do this today?
Puppets.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Some sort of puppet situation.
So no way could we ever do this like with you. Like, there's no. I'm trying to go to like where your brain was, like trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. Like, is there a way to tell this story cinematically that would not result in like people just being absolutely disgusted by it?
I don't know. And the reason I just don't know, it's hard for me to answer because I have never read the original material. And I think that that's kind of key.
Got it.
But there's nothing about this movie that inspires me to want to read the original material. It just gives me the heebie-jeebies.
I never need to revisit this ever again. I think this is like the first. Okay, this has got to be the first one, like where we're both kind of like, fuck this movie.
Yeah,
like cannot find anything redeeming about this.
I think even like 10 years from now, if you like caught Soul Man like late at night, you'd be like,
you know what?
Why not? I got Taco Bell.
You know what though? Here's the thing though. Okay, and this is like the mistake I made with this film too. With Soul Man, I like did some deep mental and emotional preparation for it because I remembered so much of it, and because I knew how bad it could be, even though I hadn't watched it in like a long time. And so I did a lot of exercises in like giving it the benefit of the doubt ahead of time. For this film, there were so many parts that I didn't remember that I didn't even do that. I was just like, it seemed innocent enough at the time because I loved the movie when I was younger. But as an adult, oh my God, it's so fucking disturbing. And so I wasn't prepared. I wasn't nearly mentally or emotionally prepared for this film. And so I was deeply disturbed while I was watching it.
I saw this a lot as a kid too. And I had the same out-of-body experience you did, where I'm like, I blocked out so much of it. I remember none of the kid stuff.
No,
and
none of it.
Swore I saw this movie a lot. And I remembered none of the kid stuff. I remembered them being rescued.
Yep.
Because I remembered the boat scene, and I remembered the period scene. I remembered him taking her body to see God. I remember like little scenes like that.
Yeah.
And I remember all the sex, but it didn't register with me the way that this did. I just thought it was, I don't know.
Beautiful teenagers who you look up to, and you're like, I hope I'm that good looking when I get older or something.
Yeah,
you know, it was more like that.
It didn't dawn on me how young she was.
Yeah.
Because I was so young. Because I was probably like 7 or 8 or something like that when I saw it.
Yeah.
And so to me, they were just older kids.
They're just teens.
They were
hot
teenagers. I didn't even think of them as kids. I just thought of them as older.
Yeah, hot teenagers.
Yeah.
That you look up to, and you're like, I hope I can be popular one day. Like without like really, I mean, and I think that like some of like the other stuff, like the pregnancy stuff, the sex stuff, I think that it's like at a very high level, I understood what was happening, and I was fascinated by it. You know, I was just like, oh, this is what happens when these two people do these things together. And like, that's what happened. Like you have a baby or whatever. And I think I was completely clueless to the actual dynamics of it, but was fascinated by those aspects and didn't see it as creepy, but saw it as just kind of like confounding and like a little bit like it just raised my interest.
Right.
Even though I didn't really understand what was happening when I was that young. But now, obviously, I do, and I'm freaked the fuck out.
Yeah.
So
it was just...
Okay, so I'm a firm chuck the fuck out of this movie into the ocean and have it eat all the never wake berries.
As a society, we need to stop talking about this movie. I think that we need to like not tell future generations about it.
Yeah,
and let it slowly die out.
I mean, I would love for this movie to die out, but I also think that part of what I love about what we do here, Erin, is that all of these movies, like, varying levels of disturbing and offensive.
Sure.
But they're time capsules. And you have to kind of like remember, like, there was a time like when people thought it was totally fucking okay to make a movie like this, you know, as gross as it is. Like, I'm not saying you have to watch the whole thing, but I mean, all you need is a couple of scenes to understand that.
Listen, I say that now, but I don't actually mean it, because I do think that we should actually keep it. And there's going to be a point in this podcast where we're going to come to like Pretty Baby. Oh, yeah. And then we're going to like, remember like Blue Lagoon? Oh, I think of that film fondly now.
Maybe.
Because I've seen Pretty Baby, and that movie is worse.
I think I remember seeing it on cable when I was a kid, but I don't think I watched the entire thing though. So I do remember certain parts of it. Maybe I did watch the whole thing actually, but it doesn't give. There's a lot of ick in that film too, but there was no body double. Oh God. Okay. Yeah.
So we're going to space that out before we head into that one.
Yeah. We need to calm down from this one first, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're chucking the hell out of this one. Anything else? Any fun facts? Any trivia?
No. I mean, no more. We could have had Molly Ringwald in this role. She
How old
auditioned
was she?
11. She would have been 11.
That's so gross. I don't want to imagine anything.
And the original duo for casting was Diane Lane and Willie Ames.
Diane Lane. How old was Diane Lane in 80?
18.
Oh, that's more appropriate at least.
Yeah.
And that would have worked. I mean, couldn't they have just used an 18-year-old to play a 14-year-old?
Yes, they could have. They could have done that.
But they made a conscious decision not cast a brilliant actress like Diane Lane. And instead said, no, you know what? I want to sexualize the 14-year-old. So gross. Yeah.
And funny enough, Willie Ames said no to this film, but then 2 years later did Paradise, which was the Blue Lagoon knockoff that he did with Phoebe Cates.
Because he was like, if only I had just done the Blue Lagoon.
Oh, yeah. This movie did really well.
I mean, of course it did, because she was huge. She was huge at the time.
Yeah.
Brooke Shields. Like, she was everywhere. So, not surprising. Okay, so I want to cast this movie. I want to tie a fucking anchor around it, chuck it as far out into the goddamn ocean as I possibly can, and watch it drown a very slow death.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I just want to like lobotomize the part of my brain that saw it recently.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But then I also followed it up with the new season of White Lotus, and then I don't want to forget that, because that was pretty good.
We can separate those two. It's like Severance.
Oh, can I?
Yeah.
Can my Annie just remember Blue Lagoon?
Yeah.
And then my Audi can hold on to the memories of White Lotus.
No, your Audi is the traumatized one. It's the entire reason why you get severed. So you have to remember Blue Lagoon as your Audi, and then your Annie gets White Lotus.
No, I don't want my work person to be the one that remembers that. That's not the fun part.
But they're the dumb ones who don't have any like basis in reality anyways. So it's like you're living in blissful ignorance when you're an innie. You think that the tallest waterfall in the world is like 10 feet tall. So, great. All right. Are we ready to sign off?
Yes.
Okay. Don't see it.
Don't see it.
Don't do it, please.
Don't do it.
For the love of God.
No.
Save yourself.
No.
Just go to Fiji and call it a day.
Yeah. It's time better spent.
Time better spent. Money better spent. Everything.
Do it with puppets.
Do it with the puppets. Do it with puppets. We're looking to you
with puppets.
We're looking to you, Jason Segel. Make it with puppets.
All right.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye. Signing off.